Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of our venture in the visual novel If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary. Bonus story. We're currently on the Kanako Shigure arc, and Kanako has actually got some real cool attributes to her, and a really cool demeanor overall. Yeah, it can be a little silly, and it can even be a little questionable at times, but overall, I'd say she's got some great qualities. Wow, great. You sound like Elmer Fudd on that one. But yeah, she's got some great qualities from what I'm seeing so far. And she can be very delicate when it comes down to it. Because last episode, her and Aoi shared some awesome intimate time with a lap pillow and ear cleaning. And I gotta say, yeah, a session like that is absolute paradise, in my opinion. So with that, we're going to continue on because now they're going to the other ear. So let's see how that story or that part of the story is going to turn out. So with that, let's load up that scene. I responded to her tap on my head by turning over to face the opposite direction. Something wrong?
なんでもないわよ。
It didn't look like nothing. A little stiffness had crept into her smile. She was swaying slightly, as if she couldn't settle down. Even her legs were shifting around in a weird, fidgety way. Oh, maybe that was it. Kanako.
何?
What are you doing? I'd only reached out and rested a hand on the back of her leg. I hadn't been expecting that much of a reaction. You must be pretty tired, huh?
分かってるなら手を引っ込めて。
I would take it from that he's probably massaging her leg. Or poking, apparently. Every little poke from my fingers elicited a weird stilted noise from Kanako. I tried twirling my fingers around a little. This time she reacted with a nasal squeak.
もうやめてってば。しびれてて痛いんだから。
Consider this payback.
お返しって。そこはダメ。
I suspect her legs are probably going numb. Which is the downside of lap pillows. The legs can go numb, so it's important not to take too long. I traced the line along and between her toes. Kanako bit down on her lower lip, her shoulders starting to tremble. This started out as just some playful tickling, but that look on her face made me feel like I was doing something I shouldn't.
もうじっとしてなさい。
Better be careful, man. She might jab that pick in you. Yow! What was that? Ah! I'm sorry. I take it all back. Kanako launched her counterattack, pulling on my ear so hard it felt like they were about to come right off. See what I'm talking about? At least you didn't jam it in there, but yeah, that'll get your attention. Just like when he was misbehaving. I panicked and let go of her leg. I shouldn't have let myself get carried away.
もうあんな恥ずかしい声出させてくれちゃって。
Oh, please. I'm sorry. I really am. I don't know what came over me.
まあ、私も葵くんの恥ずかしい声聞いちゃったし、ここはおあいこってことでいいか。
There you go. Please don't tell anyone about this.
じゃあ、反対側も済ませちゃうわよ。
Yeah. Oh, such a beautiful moment.
はーい。耳のお掃除終わりっと。
And of course, they don't give us a slide of his head turned the opposite direction, but whatever. Thanks. I feel a lot better.
どういたしまして。
I was so much more relaxed now. I smiled and ruffled Kanako's hair, feeling at peace in my body and soul. Although it's mind. Ah.
眠たくなってきちゃった？
A little. I picked up my cell phone. Usually I'd be awake, but just killing time at this time of the day. I must have been even more relaxed than I thought. Now that I was aware of how sleepy I was, I had trouble keeping my eyes open.
眠いならもうお休みしちゃったら？
Good idea. Maybe I will. There wasn't much else I could do at this point. I tried to get up, but Kanako stopped me with a hand on my shoulder. She gently pushed my head back down onto her lap. Kanako?
どうせだし、このまま寝ちゃってもいいわよ。
You sure your legs ain't gonna get numb? Because I would imagine from that particular position, because this is something I also concern if I'm ever offered a lap pillow. One thing I'm always concerned is make sure that the person's legs don't go numb. So that's just something I would just communicate as a means of showing concern and basically showing courtesy. But
私のことなら平気よ。膝崩させてもらったからしびれも取れてきたし。眠たくなってきたら勝手に部屋へ戻るから。
and just leave them on the floor. Well, okay, if you say so.
そうしなさい。
Good night, Kanako.
はーい。おやすみ。
That is another relaxing thing, though, sleep on your significant other's lap. I let my eyes close and was left in darkness. From there, I lost all track of time. Soothed by the sensation of Kanako stroking my head, my consciousness slowly faded. The next day. Morning already, huh? I reached up to shield my eyes from the invasive rays of sunlight, but then... Dang, she stayed with them all night? My left arm felt a bit heavier than usual for some reason. My shoulder to the arm had gone a little numb, in fact. Oh, they slept side to side. And had that been a voice I heard just now? And there it is. Doesn't she look absolutely precious? Sleeping like a baby. Huh? Yo, chill. At least you both are still clothed, you know? So that was why I couldn't lift my arm. Kanako had been using it as a pillow. How did we end up like this? The last thing I remembered was...
眠たくなってきたら勝手に部屋へ戻るから。
Apparently she did not want to go back to her room. That was what she'd said, so why? Maybe going back was too much trouble, so she just got into bed with me. It's possible, I guess. She really had no sense of modesty or restraint sometimes. I should probably wake her up and tell her to be more careful. Let her sleep, bro. Just let her sleep. Well, it was still early. It wouldn't hurt to let her sleep a little longer. There you go. I was going to need my arm free, though. I have a ponderance of where the script might take this, but we'll just see what happens. Kanako's brow furrowed. She looked like a kid threatening to throw a tantrum. She shifted her head around, nuzzling into my arm. It's just a reflex. Or is it? So much for that idea. I was glad she felt so comfortable around me, but I wasn't sure I could keep this up. My arm and my self-control both had their limits. Just pet her head. I could feel my eyes wandering despite myself. I knew I shouldn't, but what else was a guy supposed to do in a situation like this? Enjoy the moment? That's what you do. Huh? Kanako, are you awake? Oh, she's dreaming about him. Oh, you were just talking in your sleep. I guess that meant she was dreaming about me. What a heartwarming thought. Yeah, hopefully that snaps you out of any ideas. Kanako. Whoops. I was supposed to be staying quiet, wasn't I? Yeah. She smiled from ear to ear. Was that a response to my voice? Before I knew it, I was grinning too. Kanako. I mumbled her name softly and stretched out my free hand to stroke her hair. There you go. I ran my fingers all the way down to her cheek and rested there a moment. I couldn't get enough of the feeling of her skin. It was milky smooth. You're so cute. I just had one finger on her cheek, but now I added a second, a third. A happy sound came from the back of her throat, just like the purr of a kitten. Funny thing is I can actually mimic a purring sound when I'm inhaling, but only when I'm inhaling. It's not always perfect though. Sometimes I can get it smooth just right there. Other times it actually becomes a little rough and grungy. Huh? Hey. Whoa, she was really close. I was never going to get Kanako off my arm without waking her up. Now she'd slipped one of her own arms under mine. It wrapped around before linking up with the other behind my back. Don't use me as a body pillow. If you use her as a lap pillow, buddy, guess what? She can use you as a body pillow. That's just the fair of equivalence. Had she done this that day I got sick too? I doubt it. I got a sneaky suspicion what that was. She shuffled around trying to get comfortable, but still resting her head on my arm the whole time. As she did, her feminine curves started to nudge against my midriff. Her lips parted slightly. They shimmered in the morning light. I felt a ticklish feeling in my throat and did my best to stifle a cough. I really can't stay like this forever. I felt bad about disturbing her, but I didn't have much of a choice at this point. Kanako. Morning. Hey, sorry to wake you. Do you think you could give me some space? This is going to go into a panic, possibly. But we'll see. I feel awkward for asking, but why did you decide to sleep next to me? That is an awkward question, dude. You know what the reason obviously is.
じゃあ聞かなくてもよくない？
I agree with Kanako on that one. That should be a no-brainer.
わかったわよ。だからそんな怖い顔しないでってば。
Had I been looking scary? I hadn't meant to.
葵くんが寝ちゃった後、寝顔を堪能させてもらったんだけど。
Oh, really? Well, shucks. That was flattering, I guess.
あと、そこのペンでちょびひげ描いたり。
No, you didn't. What?
なんてね。
I'm like, you ain't gonna stoop as low as Jigglypuff.
そんな顔しないでよ。ちょっとしたお茶目なんだから。
Mm-hmm. Actually, it would have been just like her to do something like that. And who wouldn't be a little peeved to hear they'd had their face drawn on?
とまあ、葵くんの寝顔を眺めてるうちに、私も眠たくなってきちゃって。自分の部屋に戻ろうと思ったんだけど。
But then...
ちょっとめんどくさくなっちゃって。思い切って隣にお邪魔しちゃった。
I had a feeling that was it. I couldn't hold back a sigh of exasperation. You need to be a little more aware of your surroundings. I was in a pretty awkward situation when I woke up and saw you there.
もしかして私、今度こそやらかしちゃった？
Nah, he handled it like a champ. Let's not reopen that old wound, okay?
何？顔を赤くさせるぐらいのことしちゃったの？
For starters, you were using my arm like a pillow.
他にいい枕がなかったし、我ながらちょっと大胆かと思ったけど。
Oh, it counts, all right. Then you latched onto me while you were talking in your sleep.
それはほら、約束ということで。
Despite her nonchalant attitude, her cheeks were going slightly red. Maybe I wasn't the only one who felt embarrassed after all.
でも、寝言か。私、なんて言ったの？
You called my name a couple of times.
そんな嬉しそうに言わないでよ。
You wrapped yourself around me really tight, too. For a moment, I thought you were moving in for a kiss.
さすがにそれは寝ぼけすぎよね。ごめんなさい。
This is probably what happened that day you were looking after me while I was sick, too.
つまり、私と葵くんの間には何もなかったと。
I think so. Sure, I'd gotten flustered this morning, but everything Kanako had done was completely innocent. Like a tiny animal nuzzling into me. And if we really had done something we shouldn't have, I felt like there would be more evidence. There weren't any suspicious stains on my bed sheets, for example. True.
よかった。これでようやくすっきりしたわ。
Hey, you're not getting off that easy. You can't keep doing this. We've been careful so far, but what if we really do end up, you know...
今はそれでもいいと思ってるけど。
Don't be so casual about it. I really care about you. I want the time we spend together to be special. Kanako?
もう、そんな恥ずかしいこといきなり言わないの。
Do you know how to handle it at all? Something told me she wasn't as bothered by it as she let on. Whoa, is this the light? Whoa, is it this late already? I've lost track of time. I was going to be late making breakfast.
それじゃあ私も戻ろっかな。
Huh?
一緒に部屋出るわけにはいかないでしょ。そんなとこ見られたりしたら何言われるか。
They're gonna get the wrong idea regardless because their minds are filled with filth. I see your point. We'd have to be careful about appearances now more than ever.
そうそう、葵くん。
What is? Oh, good morning kiss. There you go. Suddenly, a sweet fragrance was in my nose, and a soft sensation was pressing on my mouth. By the time I realized Kanako was kissing me, she was already on her way
お
out.
はようのキス。気合入った？
Called it. Well...
じゃあね。
And with that, we're going to see how he carries out the day with that good morning kiss on his mind on the next episode. Oh, the cliffhangers, I tell you. But with that, I want to thank everyone for watching this video this time around. If you like what you saw, maybe consider leaving a like. And if you'd like to see more, and if you haven't already and I haven't scared you off with my, undignified humor? Then maybe consider subscribing. So, until next time, happy mixing, everyone.